Good evening, everyone. Senator Ted Cruz making two stops in the big country this afternoon. He just finished touring Dyess Air Force Base to visit part of his tour of Texas military bases, which are getting $150 million in construction funds as part of the National Defense Authorization Act. Cruz got an update on B-1 bomber and C-130J operations at Dyess. He also found out about the latest on preparations for the B-21 stealth bomber. Dyess was selected as one of three bases to house the B-21. The Air Force expected to make its final decision next year on that. And while he was at Dyess, the senator also talked about improving military bases in Texas. And KTXS reporter Maria Aguilera was able to speak with the senator this afternoon. She joins us now live in the studio with more on what he had to say. Maria?
Well, Senator Cruz talked about the importance of improving those spaces. He says after touring Dyess today, he noticed that some of the dorms were unlivable. Cruz says he's hoping to fix that.
200 dormitories that should be housing airmen that are not usable because the infrastructure is degraded. That's not right.
Cruz says those dorms were built in the 1950s and says that those men and women serving this country should have a decent place to live. Cruz secured over 30 provisions adopted into the National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA, for 2019, where Texas military bases are getting $150 million in construction funds. That includes Dyess and Goodfellow.
Really returning to rebuilding our military. And that, you know, we've gone through a lot of years of sequestration, of really starving our military from the funds needed to support our troops. We've seen our troop size decrease.
Tonight we'll have more on Senator Ted Cruz's visit to Abilene. That includes how much of the $150 million is going to Dyess and Goodfellow Air Force Base in San Angelo. Will?
Maria, thank you. Before his visit to Dyess, Senator Cruz stopped by the Abilene Chamber of Commerce. There he met local leaders, including State Rep Stan Lambert, Chamber President Doug Peters, and Doug Williamson, who's the interim VP of Military Affairs. Cruz said they talked about ways to encourage economic growth in Abilene.